What's up, everybody? Jeff Greer here, redoing Project Faith because apparently not allowed to play music in the background. That's not mine, so it's all good. It's whatever. Get to talk about God a little more. What can I say? Can't be mad about that. Um, Now we are revamping the projects. We are not redoing them. We're just bringing them back up. Haven't done them in a while, and I apologize about that. We're doing Project Faith, okay? And we did hope, and with hope, the opposite is fear, and through the fear, we shall have faith. That's the way I'm kind of going about this. Um, Following allegiance, ideally through Him. That's what it's all about. And sometimes showing our scars can help others show theirs for the change of the better. With faith, you can share your faith with others, your testimony. Showing your testimony to others can help others. With faith, it's such a strong concept that we give ourselves to focus on with God in our lives. Understand, God gives us the opportunity to believe, but it boils down to what we choose to see. We control our lives in the sense that God may put doors in front of us to see what we want. I stand by what I say. With God, it's a relationship between you and Him. I communicate with God, but in a different way, because obviously I can't communicate with Him like I would do with my parents or with my friends, possible girlfriend. Obviously, it's going to be different because you're comparing a person to a deity. But unfortunately, some people in this world that don't believe in God don't believe him because of those are one of the reasons. Can't touch him, can't physically see him, and my counter to that, all I'd have to say is you got to walk by faith, not by sight. In a sense, faith, there's always a leap with it, and because with leap there's trust, and with trust there's loyalty, and with trust then there's faith. And you want to make sure with all those things that with the trust and the loyalty and faith, it's built on a good foundation. It depends on how you want to see them in your eyes. Each person on this God-given planet is entitled to believe what they want to believe. Whether it is Hinduism, Buddhism, Muslim, paganism, anything. I choose to believe in God. But in the way it's inscribed, a lot of people are like, well, I believe this religion, I believe this religion. Cool, do your thing, but let me tell you something. I believe, and I'm a lover in Christ that overall is now viewed as a relationship. I don't have a religion. I apologize if that makes you feel angry and you want to argue against me. Cool, do your thing. But like I said, I walk by faith and not by sight. And evidently, I feel like in a sense God does show himself, but through us. See, as believers in God, in a sense, we know that he's inside of us, in our hearts, in our souls. And what a lot of people may not understand is God uses us to help people to show other people God is real. I'm not telling you to look up the sky and look at God. No, I'm telling you based on actions, what I see, what I possibly do, you can possibly see, okay, maybe there is a God, maybe by what he is saying, maybe it's true. It's all about the power of choice, whether you're willing to take the opportunity or not. I understand God will always be there for you, but will you be there for him? Because with that being said, you got to make sure you're willing to follow. Sometimes in this world, even with people who say they believe in God and people who follow God, there's a major difference. There's followers and then there's fans. Now fans, they're more like the people who just they know about God. Like for example, you imagine the fans at like a football game. Oh yeah, that's Jerry Rice right there. Yeah, I know all of the stats. I know this. I know that. You may know what he's about, But do you personally know him? No. And so with God, it's it's more about knowing him person to person. And with that being said, you want to make sure that when you know him like that, that you follow through your fully with your faith, not just half of your faith. Like a fan, the person just wants the benefits of believing in God. When at some points it's about sacrifice. See, with faith and being able to follow God, it even says it in the Bible in Luke 5:11, talks about how you want to make sure you follow with all your heart by leaving the things behind you. What kind of things? Obviously, it's going to be bad things. Bad things that will deteriorate you from being closer with God. Think about it this way. You're trying to swim upwards while you're holding on to the ball and chain. Why would you do that to yourself? You have, with God and with faith, you got to make the most of it. Imagine like this. Each morning you wake up and you have $86,400 in your bank deposit, in your bank account. And you have full usage of what you want to do with those minutes, those dollars. What are you going to do? Same thing as in every day, like I've just explained. What are you going to do with every second that you are given? Those 86,400 seconds, what are you going to do? And your faith, in a sense, you have to treat it like a car. You have to, with your mentality, with your physicalities, with your emotions, you have to be able to maintenance them. You have to make sure that you're okay, that you have everything taken care of. Because if not, you're gonna end up like in a junkyard. And you're not gonna be able to go to the places that you want to go. But be ready when it comes to following in life, because God will have a plan for you that you won't expect sometimes. With the word follow, there's a couple words that follow with that. There's patience, because you want to make sure you have the patience to wait, and that could be the hardest thing sometimes, is when you don't have patience, possibly could ruin things that could be for the better. And if you're not patient and you become frustrated, you can ruin good things for yourself. I know, I'm talking from experience. And when you ruin those things, you hold regret towards yourself that you couldn't be more patient, and then you actually wonder why. Why was I not patient enough? Also with following, with also following becomes trust. If you can't trust what your faith entails for you, you're not gonna be able to stand with God. And a lot of people see that, because when they try and don't consistently stand with their faith and trust in their faith, they crumble, because they think they can take on the world by themselves, and you can't. But just remember, God will always be there for you. Always stand. God always has your back. But the question is, will you let Him? Will you? overall, I just want you guys to know that we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. If you think I am, you're wrong. We're all human beings. We make mistakes. But the question is, are you going to be able to learn from that mistake and move forward with your life? Or you're going to regret it and going to stay in the same place for the rest of your life? Guys, have a wonderful evening. God bless. Jeffrey Greer, out.